South Africa continues to grapple with violent crime, and in Davidton, east of Johannesburg, that reality turned into tragedy on the morning of September 7th. 5 members of the Gauteng Crime Prevention Wardens, known to many as AmaPanyaza, were ambushed in a hail of bullets while carrying out their daily patrols. The wardens had approached a group of around 12 men near the busy Daveyton Railway Station for what was meant to be a routine stop and search. But before any questions could be asked, gunfire erupted. Witnesses say the suspects unleashed shots from high-calibre weapons, including a pistol and an AK-47. In the chaos, 5 wardens were hit. 2 women and 3 men fell injured on the scene.
Here, just to find exactly what happened on that Sunday morning. We understand that this incident took place between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. on Sunday morning. So we've decided to come to where the shooting took place, just outside the Davidton train station, which is not far away from the actual township of Davidton itself. So where you see those crime wardens, that's where that Avanza vehicle was spotted by crime wardens who were driving past by. But we do understand that these crime wardens were not really on a patrol mission at that particular day. They had just concluded, their dropping off their colleagues, and then they were coming from that direction. That's where you see the trail station itself. So they were coming from that direction when they noticed, an Avanza that was parked just, next to this transformer. The Davidton train station is currently not functioning. It has not been functioning, just like many train stations which were affected by the COVID-19 challenges. So from there, Stephen, we understand that they did not even stop. They drove off, and as they were driving by, when they got to this position, that's when those gunmen started ambushing them. Actually, there's some glasses that are still in position. So this is where they were firstly attacked, as we see these glasses here. So this was the first attack. But the driver did try to drive off or to take cover, and all those wardens were still, inside the car. Remember that they had not even stopped when those gunmen ambushed them with gunshots. And the time, as they were driving off, they were being fired at. The shots were being fired at them. You can imagine an AK-47 and some pistols. So as they were being shot at, the car then was hit, the car's engine was hit, and it stopped here. They could not drive off anymore because the car had come to a complete stop. And this is where now, this is where the car stopped. As you can see that there are still some glasses which are still remaining on the street. So following there, they had to now get out of that car and take cover, run on their own. And some of the wardens had to, find whatever ways they can find, to run into. And the criminals then, according to the crime wardens themselves, went through, took cover and ran using that passage in between that wall and that train station. But unfortunately, there was one critical, Mr. Mchali, who was also in that car. He took cover and he could not, figure out how injured he was. However, due to the severity of his wound, he took cover and ran towards the community. And unfortunately, when he got inside that community, that's when he was identified and spotted by a community member who advised him just to calm down and that he was seriously injured. And those community members then took him to the nearest hospital using their own hospitals and their own vehicles then to ensure that particular warden got saved. And eventually police came through and those injured wardens were taken to that hospital we are in Alberton. So this is where it happened, Stephen. But just looking at the state of this particular environment, we are talking about a train station that has been vandalized. I'm not sure we can give you those pictures. The train station no longer has a roof, it's not functioning. So according to some community members who could not speak to us on camera, saying that there are many people who have been coming here just to ensure that they can take whatever they can take from this particular property. And in that conversation we had with the Premier, he did say that he is considering, or he's going to be pleading with his cabinet colleagues that indeed these wardens must be trained to specifically specialize in taxi violence or in the protection or public property such as this one. So this is the story we've been told by those who were around here, who have first-hand experience, who were present immediately when this shooting took place. So that's the latest from us where we are. We've seen the scene. We've seen also how this shooting happened. And according to this information that we have, they had no chance of surviving without running away from these guys, because they were ambushed with AK-47s and they were using a type of a vehicle such as this one, a 22-seater. So you can imagine, the vulnerable position they found themselves in. And this car is not armored as well, so you can be shot at any time. And we've been told that that particular bus, its engine is completely, destroyed. That's why it could not drive and continue speeding off to save the lives of those people who were inside that particular bus, Stephen.
Emergency services rushed them to Alberton Netcare Hospital. One remains in critical condition. The others are stable, and one has already been discharged. The incident has sent shockwaves across Gauteng. Premier Panyaza Lesufi described the shooting as a senseless act of violence. He praised the wardens for their courage, saying their actions likely disrupted a larger criminal operation. But he also warned of the growing dangers law enforcement faces every day on the streets.
4 of our members are inside here. One is seriously critical, in intensive care. The other one was also in the intensive care unit. At least is conscious. I managed to exchange some greetings with her and to indicate our support to her. The other 2, I think they are recovering very well. I think they will be discharged soon, but the doctors are still giving them the necessary support. The driver was discharged, but still have a bullet lodged in his shoulder. I think the medical team has advised that you need to take it easy for now, and they will call him at the right moment to remove the bullet. What this incident confirms is that we've got people that are hell-bent to cause massacres across our province. The numbers vary. They claim that between 11 and 20 people wearing black clothes ambushed them. And it's quite clear that when they arrived, because one of their members was just coming back from a funeral and they had to escort him home. It's a departmental funeral. And after they've dropped the member, when they were going back to their post, that's when they saw an Avanza that switched on the lights when they saw the team. And immediately after that, they came under heavy attack, which is an indication that they either disrupted the mission or these people were going to cause more damage. And that is why I said to them, I appreciate their courage. I appreciate that they took a bullet on behalf of all of us, because you don't know 11 to 20 people carrying AK-47 where would have ended if they were not disturbed by these young men and women. And I wish them a speedy recovery. I've asked the team to compile us a full report just to check indeed that the necessary protocols were followed. But I have no doubt on the basis of the report they gave me that they were just executing their normal work as part of the responsibilities that we've given them. They unfortunately found themselves in the middle of 11 to 20 people who were heavily armed, and they ambushed them.
The South African Police Service has since launched an attempted murder investigation. Detectives are now appealing to the public to come forward with any information that could lead to the arrest of those responsible. For many in Davidton, this shooting is not only an attack on the AmaPanyaza, but also on the broader fight to restore safety in communities plagued by crime. Residents say the sound of automatic gunfire has become all too familiar, a chilling reminder of how illegal firearms continue to flood South Africa's streets. Authorities have long warned that high-powered weapons, often smuggled or stolen, are now finding their way into the hands of criminal gangs. And it is frontline officers, like the AmaPanyaza, who face the consequences first. The wardens, introduced under Premier Lesufi's leadership, were created to bring policing closer to the people, to patrol streets, assist the South African Police Service, and be the eyes and ears of the community. But the events in Davidton underscore the dangers they face daily. 5 wardens now carry the scars of that morning's violence. They were out to protect, to serve, and to make their community safer. Instead, they became targets of the very crime they are sworn to fight. As the investigation continues, one thing remains clear. The battle against violent crime in Gauteng is far from over. And for the AmaPanyaza, their mission to protect communities is as dangerous as it is necessary. Please share your thoughts under the comment section and let us know what do you think of this story. And that's it from our side. If you want more content like this, please make sure you subscribe and like the video. Thank you for watching.